Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Bree from With Love Bree, and today I have a scrapbook layout process video. I did get like a couple comments saying that you guys would like to see me creating a scrapbook layout using the Michaels paper pad that I made a mini album on. It's the Red Collection Sunny Days Ahead paper pad and the Hobby Lobby die cut pack that I picked up in a haul video. So I'll make sure to have that mini album video and the haul video linked at the end of the video, as well as down below in case you guys are interested. So I did pull these out again. I did print some photos out on my my home printer. I did do a review on that printer when I first got it, and if I remember, sorry you guys. Yeah, so if you guys would like to know the printer that I use, I will have that link down below as well. I do love the printer because it is a part of the HP Instant Ink, and you guys, I do save. I'm not sponsored with them or anything, but it saves me so much more money when it comes to printing out digitals and paper pictures at my home. So I did print those out. So I will choose, I think, well, I kind of already know which ones I want to use. But yeah, I have some ideas for these photos. I printed them out yesterday actually, and I was looking at them and ended up printing out a larger version of two photos that I'm going to use today. But that's that, and again, I'll have the mini album video for you guys linked down below in case you guys would like to see it. This is the album right here. It's a rainbow album. I have not added the photos in here, but since I printed photos out yesterday, I think I am going to be using some of these in here. I didn't print out anything that doesn't have my kids or myself and Chris in there, so that way I can show you guys. I did not get permission from my family members that are in there, and I don't want to show them without permission since there are some kids in there. But yeah, so if you guys would like to see this, I will have the process video of me embellishing it a little bit linked for you guys down below. And like I said, I also pulled out the die cut pack. So what I'm going to do first is choose my pattern papers to see which ones I want to use. I did pull a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock out. Normally I use 110 pound, but this I think is like about 80 pounds, and I'm only using this because I'm going to cover the whole thing. I have a plan to cover up the whole thing with a couple sheets of the pattern paper, and the pattern paper is pretty thick on, so I am just using a lighter weight paper. So I'm just going to set the die cuts aside just because I have my camera put a little bit closer to me, just because I'm not feeling all that great, and I don't want to have to like speak too loud to because when I use my editor and I try to raise up the volume, it really doesn't do much justice to the video. So I'm going to try my best to have my video closer, or my camera closer. Hopefully I'm not yelling. But anyway, let's go ahead and just pick some papers. I'm going to try and use some scrap pieces because I just kind of want to get rid of them. So let me see what I have left here. And again, my photos are going to be this one right here. So this might actually work. Okay, I'm probably going to do 4 pieces of paper. So I'm going to flip through here and figure out what 4 sheets I want to use, and then I'll show you guys what I'm going to do next. Okay, so I chose 4 sheets of paper since I'm trying to use scraps. I'm thinking of doing 4 sheets because I don't have enough to do just 2. So there is a little bit of blue in here. It's a little bit more of a royal blue, but I really do think like maybe I could just bring in some of this and it'll work out fine. I did bring out these pieces because I might use them, but I am going to cut these all down to 3 inches so that way I can have 3-inch pieces for each one. If it oh, actually this might not. Oh, it might. Yeah, just to have them all be the same. or I might have 3 thinner strips and then I might have 1 thicker one, just again depending on how much I have left over. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring out my paper trimmer, and sorry guys, I swear I put this. So let me go ahead and cut these down. I'm going to trim them down to random sizes. Okay guys, so I went ahead and I cut my papers, and like you could, or as you can see here, I did use a majority of this paper right here. I'm left with like a little square. And then I do have, you know, this smaller strip of blue because I did want to add some blue, just not too much. And then the 2 patterns are the ones that are the largest. And then this right here in the middle is just a little bit thicker. I did leave a border on the outer edge because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a distress tool to distress the ends here. And then I'm going to have my photos here, which I have already cut up. So I am going to be matting these on white cardstock because I do like having that white border. Just when I print it, I usually like to print them side by side, but you can always print your photos with the border already on there. So I'm just going to use some ATG. So I'll try to do a lot of the stuff off camera so that way you guys aren't watching the same things. But there's that, and then I'm just going to use my guillotine cutter because it's just easier to cut, and I'm going to trim these out. Just going to make sure that they are straight. So now I have those onto white cardstock, and they're gonna go on here somewhere. And then I have one of my favorite tools here, which is a T-square ruler. I'll have this link down below if I remember. I try to link everything down below, so if you guys are interested, it will be there. But I am gonna use it to help me get these lined up pretty well, so that way when I get them on here, it'll be pretty straight. It won't be perfectly straight because I'm going to distress the edges, but it'll be good enough. So I'm going to go ahead and move this out the way really fast because I forgot to get my distress tool out. So I'm going to go ahead and just look for that really quick, and oh, found one. We can use this one. This is, sorry for the noise, the Tim Holtz distress tool, and I'm just going to take one of these and put it in here and distress it. That's just because I want the edges to be kind of raised up a little bit. I am going to do some stitching on here, so I'm just going to take this and distress the edges a little bit. Nothing too crazy. It's going to look like that. You guys can tell the difference between this and this edge. So I'm going to do that, and I just like to do this for extra dimension without having to use foam tape or anything. And sometimes I feel like it gives your layout more texture, so I'm just going to glide this through. Sorry for the noise. And once I do it to all of these, I'm going to go ahead and glue them down and stitch it too. So there's going to be some stitching as well. Okay guys, so I went ahead and I distressed the edges of these. I don't know if you guys can tell, probably not, but this is what they look like once they're all distressed. You guys can see that, you know, some of the white is showing through. You can use distress inks if you like more of that like colored edge look, or distress oxides, but I don't mind the white because I am using white cardstock and I kind of want this to be a little bit of a cleaner layout, kind of. So, yeah, that's what I did there. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a tape runner, and what I'm going to do is just put some adhesive in the middle because I want to be able to lift up these edges. So I'm thinking, I'm debating if I want to stitch around all of these pieces. Yeah, I'm going to stitch all around. So I'm going to go ahead and just take one of these. I did actually, when I had these laid out before I distressed them, I did make a couple of pencil marks on the corners just to give me an idea of where I'm going to start putting these. So that way when I take my ruler, I can line it up where the dot is, and I can make sure that this is going to be on here straight. So I'm going to butt it up to the paper, the pattern paper, because if I butt it up here, this is going to go all the way to the top, but I want a border. So just remember that if you have a T-square ruler. I'm just going to use this and just put a little bit of tape. You don't need too much since I'm, you know, if you're going to glue it. What's wrong with my adhesive? Oh. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Okay. And if it's not like perfectly straight, I'm okay with that. And I'm just going to add some more tape here. And before pressing it all the way down, I'm just going to lay them out and just make sure everything is kind of even. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a little bit of a white gap between each of the layers. Since I did distress them, they did shrink just a little bit, but I'm going to leave a little bit of white, and that's just going to add more color in between all of the patterns. And then I'm going to press it down. It's just going to be a little bit of white. All right, so here we go. I got it all glued down on here. Pretty. And you can even do it this way too, or like this, but I think this is going to be nice. Okay, so I do have that now, and I'm going to take this to my sewing machine. I'm just going to use the thread that I have in there because it's yellow, and I use that on the album. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stitch around each of these pieces, and I'm just going to do it around each of these rectangle pieces separately. And let me see, do I want to do that? Yeah, I'm going to do that. So let me do that really fast, and then I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so doing all that was definitely a I don't know, it was an adventure. I forgot how much space a 12 by 12 sheet needs to like go back and forth, that I spilt so many things. Like I dropped and spilled many things. So I'm gonna have a lot to clean up. I already have enough, but oh well. So now I have these all stitched, and I don't know if you guys can see the stitching on there, but you can definitely see it here. I just went around the whole rectangle, and I did that for each and every single one of these. And it is on there flat right now. You guys can see all my stitching. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and lift up my edges. So you can actually create this little like distressed edge if you use a pair of old scissors. I say old because I wouldn't want to use like a nice pair of scissors to do that. But you can use an old pair of scissors to do it. Or you can even use a tool like this. I've used a scraping tool on a video before to do that. So you can do a lot of things. But I'm using this spatula tool to help me lift up the edges from where I stitched, and that's just so that way it gives me that raised edge, and that it's not too flat. Wherever my photo is going to go, I can always flatten it out, but I'm just going to use this tool, and I'm just going to use my fingers to kind of like ruffle it up a little bit more, or else it'll just be sticking upward. And I kind of want it to curl a little bit. So I'm just pushing down on the edge. And again, if you don't want the, you know, stark white color, you can go and do like a distress oxide or distress ink on them. And everyone's style is different. I do different things. Like sometimes I'll want this like, you know, texture, or sometimes I just want a like flat layout where there's really not much texture going on and it's just mainly photos and paper. I have scrapbook videos, really old scrapbook videos, that I have posted on my channel, and I've never taken them down or anything, but they were process videos, so you can check out how I used to do those. Here is this. So I'm just gonna kind of put them right back. And I'm literally going to do this for all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and just take some time to do that really quick, so you guys don't have to watch that. And I'm going to do it to all of these, but this is the difference that it makes. So compared to this, where it just has the distressed edge and it's flat, you have this where it's all raised and it gives that texture. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm just going to slide this through to lift it up. And go ahead and push it down. Okay guys, so I went ahead and I did raised all those edges, and I'm just going to trim off the excess thread here. Alright, and now what I'm going to do, you guys can see, you could see more of that white in between all of those lines. Or like the pattern papers, because I raised up the edges. So now I'm going to figure out what I want to do with these photos. So I'm a huge fan of when I'm scrapbooking. I know I say I do a lot of different things, but my number one go-to is a grid layout. So I do love having a layout where I do grids. So this would actually be a perfect setup for a grid, just because of all the rectangles. Since I was little, I've always loved doing, well, not little, I guess, more so like teenage years, I used to love doing vision boards. So it's just, I've always been into that kind of thing. So I kind of want to do that with this layout here as well. So I don't know if I'm going to use the rainbow. I do want to. I do need to like kind of go through here. I should have done this off camera and grab the pieces that I need, because like I said, I have 2 sets of these. Okay, so now let's see what I can pull from here. Okay, so I don't know again if I'm going to use this rainbow, but it is really cute and I love that gold. And I chose not to do a rainbow paper or like pattern paper from the collection or from the paper pad, just because I wasn't sure if I was going to use this and I didn't want too many rainbows on here. Something like this. And then I am going to flip through these and see what I can use. Yeah, so I might pass on the rainbow. Only reason why is because of how big these elements are in here. There are some small ones like these ones right here that I can use, but I just feel like this might take away from all of that because of all the gold glitteriness of it. So what I'm going to do is just flip through here. I don't want to use too many words. I love the Shine Bright on this one, so I might stick with that one. Lots of rainbows. Oh my gosh, I think that'd be really cute. Just to have something like that. Kind of like scattered out like this, maybe. I do want to use this, I just don't know how. So I'm just going to leave that as is. And see if there's some other pieces. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one right here. I feel like all of these don't have that bright white in there, so I'm gonna pass on that one as I go for this piece. And this is at Disneyland, so I'm not entirely sure where I put my Disney dies. I wanted to die cut a castle. Let's see. Do I want to do a mini gold? I know I said I wasn't going to use this, but let's just see if I do maybe. Yeah, it's just too much. Okay. I tried. So I'm not going to do that. But as you guys can see, I have a little layout here where I have the elements kind of going at a diagonal. And then this part right here I can use for journaling or something. So you can like use one of the journaling parts, or if there's like a little journaling spot, you can use a piece of patterned paper and put like a piece of white cardstock on there. I'm loving this love on here. So I think I'm going to use that. And I'm just going to cut it out. Okay. So I think I'm just going to save this for another project, or probably for the mini album. I'm just going to stick to what I have. And I'm going to figure out what I'm going to put right here. Like I said, you can do journaling, but I might do a little Disney castle. I'm going to look for the die and see if I can find it. If not, then, you know, I'm going to just put a journaling spot. But we'll see. Let me just go in and check. Okay, you guys, so actually I got really lucky and I looked in one of the plenty of baskets I have with my unorganized dies, and luckily enough, I just flipped through once and bam, the first die I saw was this one. So I got really lucky. I don't know how, but this is an old, I think, I don't even want to say the wrong thing, Simple Stories die. It's really old, though. I know it's not available because I got this years ago, and I remember, I think when I got it, it was on clearance. I'm not sure. But I did use it, and I die cut it to put it down in the corner right here. I was unsure if I wanted it to be like right on this piece right here, because it actually fits perfectly in this little rectangle area, but I just feel like that's a little too in there. It fits a little too perfectly. So I am going to layer this up against the blue and the sandpaper and have that go on there. I did do a little pink flag, which is actually okay. I know it's kind of blending in with the background, but it does bring in the flag that's right here. So I do kind of like that. And I think that's what I'm going to stick with, is this. And for my journaling, I'm just going to add little strips of paper right here with my journaling on what I have to say. I might handwrite it, or I might print it and then add it onto here. I might print it just because it's a smaller print. And I don't know, my handwriting is like a mix of, I don't know, cursive and print. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. And so I'm just going to do that. But let me go ahead and just add foam tape. Yes, I am, to most of these pieces, because it's going to be, most of them are layered on top of these little frayed edges. And so I am going to need to do like foam, or else it's just not going to sit right. So if you guys remember, I will always have this roll linked down below. I love this roll. It lasts forever, especially if you don't do too many projects. I do a lot of them, but it still, you know, comes in handy. So I am going to go ahead and just cut a long strip and just keep cutting pieces until I don't need any more. And I'm just going to place them onto my pieces of die cut, or like my ephemera die cut pieces from Hobby Lobby. And I'm not affiliated, I mean, I don't know if there's anyone that is, but with Hobby Lobby or Michaels. And so the links that I have down below with the paper pad and this, I'm not getting, you know, money for it or anything like that. It's just for your convenience, so that way you guys can pick up the items too. I know when I last posted this, the paper pad was only $5, you guys. I was like, man, do I need another one? But I was like, no. I'm not trying to spend. I haven't bought anything. I've been good since we're going to Hawaii soon and in a couple months, so I really need to start saving for there. But this, I think, and I'm going to have this fab go on flat. But I think everything else I'm going to have on foam because honestly, I just think that it'll make everything look more cohesive if they were popped up. Okay, so I am going to be putting the photos onto some foam tape as well. So what I'm going to do is double up on some of the pieces because they're going to be on the actual photo. So I'm just going to double up on these. Oops, I doubled up on the wrong one. And my son's awake. So I'm going to have to... Yes, baby? I heard him. It's okay. Okay. This does not need to be on twice. Okay, well, we'll figure that out after. Oop, it's a good thing I didn't glue that down. There's 2 on there. Okay, so I did move my castle from this corner here so I could do journaling here and then have my castle here. I just kind of like the cluster here. I felt like it was a little too empty and I didn't want to use more of these ephemera pieces. I felt like it needed a little break from all of them. So I did add the castle here and I think it turned out really cute. I do like the little cluster. But I think that's all I'm going to use from the die cut pack. And now I'm going to look through, of course, my diamond dots. And I'm just going to diamond dot like crazy. I'll keep in what I can and I will speed up as much as possible because this takes time. But I am going to diamond dot like crazy on these die cut pieces. So that's one thing that I like to do is a couple years ago I showed what I did with these on ephemera. I'm going to do the same thing on these. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab my tools and get started. This, like I said, usually takes a minute, so I'll keep what I can on frame or in camera, and let's just do this. So I'm just going to look for a color. I'm going to start on the rainbows. So let's see. I swear I thought I had something like this, but the only one I have that's similar would be this, and it's kind of bright. So, we'll see. Let me start with this one. Okay guys, so I have a couple more things that I've added and pulled out for my stash. So, I mean, you could keep it as it is, but you know me, I need to add some other things. So, you know, it'll do without any of these butterflies or anything, but I needed to add some butterflies. So I did die cut them. I will have this butterfly link down below for you guys. But this is what it looks like with all the diamond dots. And it just adds a little more texture to the project. So I did it to this rainbow flower. I did this rainbow, but just the inner part with some iridescent ones. And then I did, of course, the word, or the words shine bright, and the rainbow. And you guys saw me do a little bit of it, but I even did the smiley and this sun piece right here, and just the little pole for the flag. I didn't do the camera because I'm thinking of adding just like a little heart rhinestone piece that I have here in the middle of this, so I might do that. I might add a couple of those actually. I did have to pull out more of my diamond dots, so I needed a couple other colors that I didn't have in my other organizer here. So I did pull from these ones as well. And then I did grab this. This is from Michael's. I don't know if you guys remember when these were being sold. I don't know if they still are, but I am going to use these little pearls. I'm going to try to use this color. I think this one should be fine. Yeah. So I'm going to use the smallest pearl on this set and the pink set. And I'm going to add it to the middle of these flowers. I didn't do any diamond dotting on them. I thought I would add something else to it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And they should fit. Oh my gosh, they fit perfectly in there. Oops, sorry guys. Didn't realize I was out of frame. So yeah, I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to use my liquid glue. Oop, I forgot to, oh no, I forgot to, I have to do that off camera. I'll just use my art glitter. Hopefully this one's not clogged either. Haven't used this one in a minute. So I'm just going to add some glue to the middle. And add those. Perfect. Cute. Yeah, I definitely like those way more. So I got those on there, and then I did pull out these stickers. These are little foam stickers that I got from Hobby Lobby a while ago. So I'm thinking, because there's a lot of like off-white colors going on, to bring in more of the white, I was going to use these. So I think I'm going to scatter some of these around as well. But let me go ahead and do this. I did die cut this word. I think this word is from Paper Rose, which you can get on scrapbook.com. Any products that I am using in this video that I can link, I will link it down below. But this one says Magical. And I die cut Sparkle and Dream because I just wasn't sure if I wanted to add more words to this project. So let's just add the butterflies. So my butterflies, I just die cut randomly. I've used this butterfly before. And I'm going to go ahead and put these on here. So I had an extra one, and I think I'm going to have that one go right here. And I'm just going to have them fly up towards the top left. And I feel like that kind of gives the layout some, I don't know, it makes your eyes kind of wander to the top. And it kind of gives your eyes a reason to go up there. If that makes any sense? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm just going to figure out where I want to place my butterflies, which I think that should be fine. And things to this for now. I'm going to leave that to the side, but I am going to go ahead and start adhering these butterflies with some hot glue. And I'm going to start as close as I can to the end of the page, so that way it continues on to the top and it kind of just looks like it flows and it doesn't just start at a random area. I don't know. That's just what my mind is thinking, but I don't even know if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and continue placing these down. And because I had an extra one, like I said, this one is going to get layered onto the other one. Okay, so this is the last one right here. And sorry if you hear my daughter, you guys. She's playing with her brother's little ball toy. I think she's taking advantage of using it because I strictly told her that that was for her brother because she has so many toys. Okay, guys, sorry. My daughter asked for some horchata, so I went and I had to grab myself some because I am a little parched. I don't know. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I want to try to add these flowers since I'm done adding the butterflies. I know I feel like, I don't know, am I adding too much? Sometimes with scrapbook layouts, sometimes I just never know when to stop. I feel like that's just how I am though with anything. So I'm just kind of scattering them around. I'm just going to use some small ones. See if I could use one down the corner. Let's see. Okay, I like that. So I'll just put these there. And these are pretty sticky, so I don't really have to add much to them. Okay, and then let me just look through these. I am going to try to add some sequins. Because, I don't know, I just feel like sequins are my fave. So I'm going to add some of these hearts in some areas here that I feel that, I don't know, that could use it, I guess. So I'm going to add one here. Okay, like I said, I'm going to scatter these around, so there's going to be quite a bit of them, but I think that's okay. Okay, I'll get you some. Do I want some on the eyes? I don't know. What's broken, baby? Whoop. Okay, I do like the hearts and the eyes. You see?
Pictures.
Yeah, pictures. Where's that?
Mommy.
No, who is that? That's you, but where is it? Where's that at? Are you writing?
Kaya.
Yeah, Kalea.
Bye.
Yeah, you're writing right. I need a bigger heart. I'm going to try to look for a bigger heart for here. I just need something else. So I'm going to do that. She wants a snack, so I'm going to grab a snack and for her. See if I want to add some sequins. I think I want to add something here too. So I'm going to do all that off camera so that way you guys don't have to hear conversations between me and her. And then we'll probably be all done with it. Okay, so I did a lot of stuff off camera, but now I'm just using some photo corners to put on my photos because I totally forgot, and I'm a huge photo corner kind of girl, so I have to add them. So I just added it to these three corners because this one's basically covered. these top two corners, I can actually add it to this one because it is showing. And they're not really glued in place, but honestly, they should be fine. Oh yeah. So there's that. And I did add some of these flowers from the Paper Studio, which I've shared in hauls all the time. And then these are adhesive pearl heart stickers from Park Lane, which I bought a while ago. And yeah, 2020, so I don't know if that's still available. And the same with these. These ones were from 2020 and they're just mini hearts. So I don't know if those are available. Sorry for the noise. But you can just look up pearl stickers and they adhesive pearls and they might pop up. And these are from Hobby Lobby. And I think the last thing I'm going to do, I did actually add some of these pink sequins. I just did a couple here in the corners, which I'll show you guys a close-up on. And I think I'm going to end it off with this Nuvo Mica Mist in, what is this one? Pink Carnation. Just to give it a little bit of shine. Nothing too crazy. I haven't used this in a while. Look, it's all gunky. Ew. Why is it coming out like that? It's like a booger. Can you guys see that? It looks like I just pulled out a booger. Okay. Or, oh, it's not gone. Sorry, I'm freaking out. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just get a little bit of this on here, and most of the time I cover my photos. I'll just do this first. I'm not going to do too much, but... And it's pink, so it's probably not going to show up like crazy. Oh, don't want too much. I know I'm putting it on. It's barely hitting my photo, so it's okay. So that's just going to dry. Again, that was just Nuvo Mica Mist, and that's in Pink Carnation. It just adds a little bit of glitter and shine. Not really glitter, more so the shine. But that's going to dry up. I did get it on some of the die cuts, which is fine. But this is the finished layout. It is kind of busy, you guys, but I like it. It really went from just having some of the die cuts on there to other things, but that's just how my process goes. So here is a close-up of everything with all the diamond dots on the die cuts, the butterflies. You guys can see where I added all the little extras. I just kind of added it to this blue piece because it really needed something. I am going to add my journaling probably to this bottom left corner, so that way it has something there. But here is the center of the layout. And again, the diamond dots, I added a heart to the castle, the butterflies, and I'll do a side profile just to show you guys the dimension. But here is the little cluster of the extra embellishments I added, and the Shine Bright that I diamond dot. The diamond dots total took about 2 hours. I finished before Chris had to get ready for work, so it was perfect timing. And then I diamond dot this right here, and I did add those little pearls, and here's the flower with the cluster at the bottom. So there it is, you guys. That's my layout using the Michaels paper pad and the Hobby Lobby die cut pack. I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video. I know it's different from all my other ones. I don't know how this video is going to go, just because I know I'm not a scrapbooking channel. I do all paper crafts anyway, so but I did get requested to do a little process video of me showing you guys, so I hope this video inspired you guys to, you know, make a scrapbook layout and to grab the paper pad. I'll make sure to link down everything down below, especially, you know, if the paper pad's on sale or anything. I let you guys know if something is on sale, so go ahead and check out the description box. But I hope you guys have a great day, whatever day it is that y'all are watching this, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.